What would it take for you to host the Golden Globes again? Oh, not the same without you. Thank you. I don't know. Again, never say never, but I can't keep doing it. It's too. That is so stressful. It ruins Christmas because I have to worry about writing jokes. They're hard coming up with those jokes because it's not what I do usually, and they've got to work. You can't even practice them. So it's a really. I don't think people know how hard it is to just do it, but then to really fucking go for it. Get those jokes past censor. Say things to people's faces. Actually say it in front of huge corporations, CEOs, the biggest producers, broadcasters of the world. It fucking. I do it like I couldn't give a shit, but it's hard work. It's hard work to do it as well as you can, because this simple fact. You don't just even if you come up with how good it is, a lot of people worry about it, so you've got to fight to make it good, even if you've come up with something that's good, because everyone's scared of fucking complaints and everyone wants to please everyone, and that's why they're usually anodyne. So it's tough to get your own way to make it as good as you know you can make it. I don't know why I bother. You'll miss me when I'm gone. You'll go, oh, we shouldn't have bothered him. We should have just let him do what he wants. He knows what he was doing. But we and they did bleep it, and I knew they would, so I pointed when I said it. So I won. Good advice there, isn't it? From the Eagles. Take it easy. Sometimes I want to say that, just to swear. Someone sort of out there is really angry about something. I'll go, take it easy. Don't worry about it. How are you? I've got my first sort of official job tomorrow in public. It's all right. It's a voiceover for a film, so I'm by myself in a booth. Don't think it's much safer than that. It's Blazing Samurai, a cartoon version of sort of Blazing Saddles, but with cats. Here's to cats. Cheers. Oh, here's to Brewdog. Last week, I sort of accidentally invented a new form of I sort of fused sort of advertising with charity, whereby I tell the truth about a product for no money, and they, if they want, give some money to charity, and they did. Brewdog, they said thanks for the shout out, and they gave cash to a few little dog charities here and there, and it's not the end of it. I won't say anything at the moment, but they're great. They're really good. I also found out they already give a lot to charity. They're just a great company by the look of it. But there might be more to come. So I'll think of another product to do that with. And again, right, when I was doing it, you remember last week I said, oh, I've heard about these things, like the Kardashians get thousands of pounds for doing things. And I've been offered those. And I thought, I want it to be real. What the papers picked up from that was Ricky Gervais slams the Kardashians. Like a lovely, positive thing, or I didn't slam them at all. I said they're welcome to it. I just don't. I feel that when I say I'm telling the truth about someone, I want to do that. I do things for money. There's nothing wrong with doing things for money. I even said I'd do an advert because everyone knows that. But what I don't do is pretend to tweet some up for money without telling you the truth. That's all I said. I wasn't slamming anyone. I think it worked. I think it's a great idea that I'd say things that I like, and if the company like that, then they could give a bit to charity. It's like I don't know. It's capitalism without pure greed, I guess. But I'm not saying anyone. Anyway, cheers to Brewdog. Give some more money. Give some more money to some dogs. All right, this is his question. My trouble is, I actually think it's a dog. I mean, he is a dog. He exists, but I think that this is him. Timing it. Rupert, right? Rupert the dog. Where the dog? He's a fat Jack Russell. We've been through this. Right, this is his question. You've had a freak hang gliding accident, so specific, right? And lost both your arms. What a waste! What a waste of time this is. I suppose the point, isn't it? It really is the best, honestly. Remember, I'm not getting paid for this. What's this? Alex, you often advise aspiring artists to write about what they know. Was this also your philosophy while writing music in your early years? And if not, do you think it would have benefited your musical career to do this? Yes, exactly, it would. I sort of wrote about what I knew, but when you're 18, 19, you want to be clever, don't you? So it was sort of pretentious, and I thought I was putting fucking Keats to disco. I think the big mistake that I wanted to be a pop star, I should have wanted to be a musician. And so I took that lesson, that failure, with me when I decided to do this. And I wanted to be a writer-director, not a film star. Or do you know what I mean? So I think that's the lesson. But yeah, write about what you know. That doesn't mean a subject you're brilliant at. It means write about something you mean, almost. And that doesn't mean it has to be your true thoughts and feelings. It means you've got to mean it. You've got to want to do it. You got to get something off your chest. Get something off your chest. I think that's it, particularly in comedy. If you're walking around thinking something, it's probably good. It's probably unless you're mental, and you might be a genius. You might be mental and a genius. Try it. See what happens. Irish Hugh says, who gave you the go-ahead for the speech at the Globes? NBC, their lawyers. I always, I've heard that other presenters have like 20 writers for weeks. I turn up with a scrap of paper, and I go, I want to do this. I've done that every time. They've looked at it every time with lawyers, and they've said, yeah, that's fine. Because I've usually done the research. I usually make sure something I say is either, it would pass for satire, or it's true, or it's obviously not true. It's stupid, or it's my opinion. And I go after people's public behaviours, things that have actually happened. Things they worry about more. I don't lie about anyone or break the law, and things they worry about more is language. I think that would be the thing, which is fine. I even tell them a couple of times where I've wanted to swear when I'm going to do it, and they've got a little delay and they bleep it. Some I don't tell them, but keeps them on their toes. Don't it? I told you that the thing when I did the thing about the joke about cats when I started off. The world got to see James Corden as a fat. He was also in the movie Cats. The reviews. One said, "This is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs." Then I go on, I say, Dame Judi Dench defended the movie, saying it was the role she was born to play because she likes nothing better than plonking herself down on the carpet, lifting her leg and licking her own mint. And the little meeting before, when there was sort of like 15 people in the room, execs and lawyers, that's the thing they were about, the word minge. I was going, it's fine. And then someone looked up and went, oh, it says British term, vulgar term for... Well, of course it's a vulgar term for... What word isn't a euphemism, isn't... I said, what can I say? And the lawyer went, that's words to say, to make it so real and medical and like I actually mean it. No, minge is funny, it's stupid, it's childish. It shows I'm just being... And they worried about that. And we went through lots of words right? That I could say. I was going, I'm not saying that. Like worse. Like I said that they would quim. I'm not going to say quim. Ow, right? It's just meant to be a little playful, silly joke, right? Anyway, eventually they agreed that I could say mint. The point was that I wanted to say it unbleeped because it doesn't work as well if you have to bleep it. Because people go, "What did he say?" And they said, "Yeah, okay, we're fine. We'll bleep it." And they did bleep it, and I knew they would, so I pointed when I said it. So I won. After I got home, I told Jane all about it. She went, "Oh, you should have said clunge." Of course, I should have said clunge. Clunge is perfect, isn't it? Great. Fiona says, are you going to do a bit of mass this week? Oh yeah, I said I'd do a bit of Bible reading, didn't I? For a laugh. I should read the bits. If I read the mad bits, I should read the good bits and sort of go, well, I sort of agree with that because there are good bits and bad bits. And my point is, you know, good Christians know the good bits from the bad bits, don't they? And I sort of say to them, well, if you know the good bits from the bad bits, you don't need the book. You're already good, right? So, one that comes up now and again that I think that is one of my favourite bits from the Bible is that let he amongst you who is without sin cast the first stone. People need reminding of that, particularly on Twitter. Oh my God, people are so judgmental. Oh my God, people say the wrong thing. They can say 50 brilliant things and then one thing that people know, you're out. You know, he said, we agreed with 50 of them, but that one, no, you're out. Everyone's different. Everyone's a mix. Take the rough with the smooth. Most people are all right. Yeah, I should do that, shouldn't I? A little bit of Bible. Sean Morgan says, why bother? That's the question. I'm struggling to get an answer. Now, does he mean why bother doing this? Right? Because that's obviously a reply to my, I'm doing a live broadcast, any questions? Does he mean why bother? Right? Which is a very good question. Or does he mean life in general? Which is another good question. Well, bother, you're here. Make the most of it. You know what I mean? People take the why are we here as the why should we stick around? Well, that's not the same, is it? Why are we here? We are. We're 1/1,000,000th in a long line of creatures that survived. We're here. We haven't got long. Make the most of it. Do things you like. I've never understood that. But what's the point? If you're going to eventually die and there's no afterlife, why live? Well, because it's 4 trillion to 1 chance that you are around. Make the most of it. And then go back to not existing. It's not the other choice. Yeah. I talked about this in Afterlife when Kath says, well, if there's no point, why don't you just kill yourself? You just stop now. Which is ludicrous. That's like saying, the metaphor I used was it's like watching a film that you really love and going, oh, it's going to end soon. Might as well finish it now. No point. This is all we've got. Enjoy it. It's amazing. And then you go back to not existing. Enjoy it. Chris Pilgrim says, do you regret anything you've done? Well, the quick answer is no, because it sort of doesn't make sense to. I can understand, I haven't done anything that bad. I haven't killed anyone, right? Which I'm sure if you kill someone, you probably regret it. But little things like failures or, you know, that I always think that, do you mean if I could erase something and everything be the same? Well, maybe I'd go back and go, oh, you know, wish I'd have flossed more, my teeth. But all those things that you did that you think, oh, I could have done that better, you did. Making mistakes is learning. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that I wish I'd go back and just do everything perfect first time. Well, life's not like that. All the bad things that happened that were, oh, why did I do that, right? They led to something good, and it wouldn't have been the same. If you like what you've got now, well, everything you did led up to that point, and anything you change, you'd be at a different point. So it doesn't really make sense. All you got to do is just keep trying and keep getting better. As I said before, if you're always trying, you can't fail. Because if someone says you failed, you go, I haven't finished yet. I haven't finished yet. Life is learning. Mistakes are valuable. Ricky Rampage says, Angels with Dirty Faces is a top film suggestion of yours. Thanks for recommending it. Are there any other films, series you can name which have positively encouraged or influenced any of your writings in the past? Loads. That was, I think, a website, IMDb or Oscars or something, tweeted, what's the best ending, without spoilers, the best ending to a movie? And I said, Angels with Dirty Faces. In fact, I used a bit of the ending in The Office and sort of disguised it a little bit. I can't tell you about it because it'll ruin what I did and what the ending is. But anyway, it's an amazing film. It's an amazing film. It's about morality and luck and the hand of doubt and what you do with it. It's an incredible film. Others, yeah, loads of films. The Apartment had an effect on my work and writing. The ending of that, where it doesn't end in a kiss and a wedding and they lived happily ever after, when she just says, shut up and deal. I've always tried to do something like that. Like in Ghost Town, when she said, it hurts when I smile, or Invention of Lying, I want fat little snub-nosed kids, I'm your man, or whatever. You know, I've always tried to do it like a bit of hope as opposed to, and they all lived happily ever after. So that was a big influence. But so many. I've talked about a couple of albums as well in lockdown that have become the albums of lockdown. And they weren't released during lockdown, but I sort of either rediscovered them or played them more than any other thing. There's two albums. This, Sufjan Stevens, Carrie and Lowell, every track is great, interesting, beautiful. It's just a perfect album. And I used one of the tracks on Afterlife 2, The Only Thing, the end of Afterlife 2. And this one, Buckingham Nicks. So, I mean, don't even bother trying to get hold of that. It's nearly impossible. Jane got this on an import from Europe. It's really expensive, and I just, there's not many of them, but you can listen to it on YouTube. Or try, but be warned, it's rare. But yeah, well, look, I could recommend these. I'm always eating these. And they're vegan protein crisps, and I do it instead of snacking. This is why I'm so ripped. This is why I look fantastic. No, they're really good. So you get like a nice big hit of protein, like 8 grams for 150 calories. You compare that to normal, and they're as tasty as normal. They are, look. So I haven't been paid to do this. They don't even know I'm going to make some. They don't even know I buy them, this company. I don't even know what the company's called. But if anyone from this company is listening, give some money to a dog charity. Is it called UFit? Is that the company? UFit Crunchers, popped protein chips. Oh, they might be American. That doesn't matter, does it? What I meant is I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. Look, if you own this company, this is a free advert, right? Give some money to charity or not. Either way, they're brilliant. Thanks, everyone. So, cheers, everyone. Tatty bye. Be nice to animals. Tatty bye.
What happened in Tel Aviv? Because you said that you'll never go back because
I can't go back to Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv was just a bit intense. It was really intense.
You also said she likes you like your racist, right?
Yeah, I like my racist.
What happened in Tel Aviv? Because you said that you'll never go back because they were racist.
I can't go back to Tel Aviv.
You banned from the country?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not banned from the country. Tel Aviv was just a bit intense. It was really intense. At the same time, like, I'm an American, I've experienced racism going to Kmart
all day, right?
You know, like, it's nothing new, but I guess it's just like, shit. This is a new kind of racism, you know. I don't really know how to.
What happened?
Just everywhere I went, there was just looks. Went into a restaurant, people would be like I'd come in and they'd be like, oh, hold on a second, you know, just kind of like showing on their face that they needed to go like get their mind together before they served black people. There was only we only ate in one restaurant. The other restaurants we went to, like, I had to suck it up because I was hungry, you know, but every other restaurant we went to, the people were just kind of like, ugh, like, what are you doing here? Then in the airport, it was just like, you know, the people at like working for the airline were just clearly giving me and my security guard a hard time. I was seeing a lot of people with UK passport, white people with UK passports, just passing through. And just the vibe I got was very, like, unwelcoming. And yeah, it kind of just gets to a point where you're just like, fuck, damn, I'm a here too? Shit. I'd rather just go home and be a at home.
Is there any place you've ever gone that you felt, I guess, less racism or no racism at all?
I'm watching the abuse that Azealia Banks is getting on Twitter, and I'm thinking to myself, this is why Israel has no friends. This is why Israel is incredibly unpopular online. You have a very famous musician from the United States who's taken a very unpopular stance, who's decided to come to Israel, come and support Israel, and she interfaces with the country on her own terms. And suddenly that's not good enough. And now every single person sees fit to hurl abuse at one of the very few people who's actually been supportive of the country. And I just can't help but think to myself, this is why you have no friends, right? This is why this whole Hasbara thing makes no sense. These people are some of the most toxic people online. And with friends like these, who really needs enemies?
Remember when I said all the celebrities who are selling out to Israel the hardest are the ones who are absolutely failing in their professional careers? Yeah, well, this is what rapper Azealia Banks looks like during her concerts now. She decided to become a full-time Zionist mouthpiece for God knows how much money. And you know what's funny is that Azealia Banks once slammed the Israelis for being racist and vowed never to return. She said everybody in Israel was very rude and she would not come back unless it was for some real money. So basically an admittance that she's getting paid good money to do this clown shit. This is the cost of selling your soul, everybody. And it makes perfect sense. She definitely needed this cash because her rap career was in the tubes. Everybody in the music industry recognizes that Azealia Banks is talented, but nobody wants to work with her because her personality sucks so bad. People like Lady Gaga have said she's just impossible to work with. She also posted a video of herself once sacrificing live chickens in her closet at home. Yeah, there's just a lot of reasons why people don't like this lady. But Israel's desperate at this point. They'll take any American celebrity they can get, and they'll pay as much money as they need to. Although that money's probably coming from the American government in the first place.
One, I don't live amongst celebrities. I mean, I know some, but I don't live among. I make sure I don't. I try to, and I take that as a compliment that I do stay connected with ordinary people. I mean, also you said so I do know some celebrities, but they're not all celebrities are out of touch. Some are nice people. Some have always been nice. Some probably went through it and come out the other side. They might have been arseholes and now, you know. So it depends, but I really don't think of I do not hang around with celebrities once or twice a year. I was famous late, which helps. So I knew who I was. I had all my, you know, priorities and values together. I mean, I imagine being famous at 18. How can you not be an arsehole? So there's that. In fact, I feared being famous. I hated the term. I mean, it's still an awful term, celebrity, but I feared it because I didn't want to be lumped in with those people that do anything to be famous. So I was quite militant about it. That, you know, I was famous for something. Fame was an upshot of what I did, writing and directing. Not going to premieres of films that I wasn't in. You know, not doing every celebrity fucking game show on telly. Yeah, I think that works well. I didn't want anyone to think I signed that deal with the devil, make me famous, and you can go through my bins. So, you know, I've always done this as a job to get a good lifestyle, which had nothing to do with that. You know, because you have got to stay connected with ordinary things, ordinary people, everyday life. Otherwise, it's horrible. It's, you know, I mean, I've done things about fame, but they're usually spoofing it and damning it. It's about you know, I have studied. The Office was sort of a study in fame, an ordinary person, you know, from those quaint docu-soaps. But it was really about real people. You know, my experience of working in an office for 10 years, that came first. And it was the vehicle for it, really, the fake documentary. And once people knew that David Brent was an ordinary guy who wanted to be famous because he thought it would make him happy, it comes to life. But you've got to try and keep low status. So, like in my new stand-up, I just don't talk about celebrity stuff much. I have to go back. I go back to childhood and school and family. So people would like that. Thing is about comedy is, particularly in stand-up, you've got to try and keep your low status. We're court jesters. We're meant to be down in the mud with the other peasants, teasing the king. Not too much, so you don't get executed. So that's the idea. But of course, I also want to tell the truth. So I can't go up there and pretend I had a bad day signing on the tube, or they go, fuck off. You fucking got a limo here, you lying bastard. So I can't do that. So what I do is I invite them in behind the curtain. I go, right, I'll do it in two ways. One, I go, what, you think it's all fun and games being, look at the shit things that still happen, you know. And two, I do it by talking about things where the audience is better off than me. They're not as fat and old and bald and angry as me, you know. I'm going to die before them. So that's why I embrace those sort of things. Because you've got to try and... You can't be above it. You can't go out there. There's nothing more boring than telling someone what a great fucking day you've had. Oh, shut the fuck up. Those people that go, oh, this holiday was so much better than yours. keep it to yourself. These people are just... I said it at the Globes, they know nothing about the real world. We're meant to feel sorry for them, you know. Where you realise that their life is 10 times better than the average person. They've got nothing to worry about. Pixies. Debaser. 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 What a track. What a band. I'm sure you all know them. Still quite cult, amazing, influential, going for years, brilliant, and yet they've never done the Royal Variety performance. So you do the math. How are you? It's 1 year today since we lost lovely Ollie. Ollie Comic Strip wanted me to pay tribute to her and Rupert, who we also lost. Harry the cat here. All our family love The Office, Derek and Afterlife, thank you. Dad and my bro love your stand-up, whereas Mum and I love that you take questions and reply to animals. Right, has your fan base changed in the last year? How many are pets? I don't know. I don't know if it's changed. It sort of changes all the time because people discover you and they discover different things and they discover it out of order, if you know what I mean. So early days it was just The Office. Then it was extras. Then it was like maybe, you know, hosting the Golden Globes, which more people see at once, or being in something like Night in the Museum. You know, kids would recognise me from Night in the Museum or the Muppets, you know. So it depends. I remember there was when I first got on Facebook, most people came up to me and said, "Thanks for all the work you do for animals," which was really strange. They didn't mention The Office or Derek or, which is really nice. So I think it probably has changed, or at least the attitude. I think people feel that it was nice to connect. That's what I feel anyway. I feel that it's not necessarily changed, but it's nice to connect with fans. Not literally. I mean, I know you're miles away, and I don't want to get close enough to smell you. But as much as you can connect over the internet, being beamed into space and down to Michigan or whatever, I feel that I feel like I have more of a normal connection with people, which is nice and rare. As I said, you won't get George Clooney doing this. You will not get Brad Pitt. You will not get Sir Bradley Pitt doing in a drain. Not for. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I've lost all dignity for you guys, and I'm happy with that. Scarlet, the lovely rescue dog, rescued from a laboratory. I'm still trying to end, obviously, animal testing. Good news in the paper this week that they found a cure for cancer using computer modelling, not testing on animals at all. Testing on animals doesn't work. I've said it before, 93% of all tests that work on animals then fail and are dangerous in humans. It's a con. It's a big money-making con, and people feel relaxed. They go test animals. That doesn't make a difference, right? Computer modelling works better, but it's cheaper, which is a bad thing because obviously people sell the beagles for $2,000 or whatever. So, you know, with medicine, I can see people go, "Oh, but it might cure it." It doesn't, but I can see that. With cosmetics, no brainer. Only shop for things that aren't tested on animals. Scarlet, us dogs have around 300 million smell receptors in comparison with humans, who have about 6 million. Brilliant. What's that? Wow, that's 50 times. That's incredible. We can even smell detect cancer, I know, to help our humans. Think of that. Think how animals help us and then we treat them like we do. Are there any of your senses you'd like to magnify as much as our noses? Yeah, it wouldn't be smell, because you can't turn that off. Maybe hearing, but I don't need it. I'm pretty good at eyesight, I think. I think I'd be able to, because at least you can close your eyes. With smell, with hearing, you can stick earplugs in, listen to something else. You shut your eyes. with smell. I was on a plane once, and this bloke had his shoes off, and his feet stank, and you can't get away from it. And what could he do? I can't go, mate. You stink. Get your feet down the bog. You filthy. What can you do? So I wouldn't want to have super senses that I couldn't turn off. But I think it would be sight. I think. Yeah, it'd be great, wouldn't it? Was it Steve Austin? I had one bionic eye. That'd be like that. What's that noise? It's Ricky looking. All right. Why does it make that noise? I don't know. It just does. It makes it when he's looking. Yeah, I'd have that super sight. Then I could read your comments. X-ray vision, no. Have you seen Ray Milland in The Man with X-ray eyes? Drives him mental. Starts off all fun and games, then it drives him mental because he can't sleep because of X-rays in his face. That's where I get a lot of my science from. Films and the $6 Million Man. Everyone over 40 will be vaccinated. Luckily, most of my cast and crew are over 40. That's all right. All the extras have been vaccinated. No, Danbury be the oldest town in the world. If anyone coughs, I'll be like Tom Cruise. I'll go mental.
We are the gold standard. You're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us. Because they believe in us and what we're doing. I'm on the phone with every studio at night. Insurance companies. Producers. And they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs, you I don't ever want to see it again. Ever.
Oh dear. Bella, hey Ricky. Winning awards must be pretty cool. I'm over it. You know, I've got enough. Also, all the things I've said, I think there's a conspiracy. I don't think there's any award body that wants me to win an award now and get up there and say something. Although, this year's been really good. They've been flooding in, so it is nice. But have you ever been given a plate to lick clean after it had gravy on it? I used to use bread, Bella. When I used to have like roasted in the gravy, I used to do it with everything though. Like if you had a lovely yummy sort of pasta, all the sauce that would be left at the end, I'd get a bit of bread. And by a bit of bread, I mean half a loaf. And yeah, I mean, I think it's mainly bread I like. But yeah, I used to love mopping up my gravy with bread. I used to do it with everything. I used to have, what was that I used to... Oh, I used to have evaporated milk. Does that exist anymore? When I was a kid, my mum would give me a bowl of milk like a fucking cat with a little slice of bread. And I used to... That's why I love animals. I was brought up like one. I remember that. I used to love it. Bit of bread and a bowl of evaporated milk. Me, what a weird fucking childhood. Yeah. Fucking hell. What is evaporated milk? You don't see it anymore. It used to be in a tin. Do you have it? Carnation. That was it. Yeah, carnation. Yeah. Oh God. I talk about my childhood like it was the war. You know what I mean? It's like such a bygone era. Well, it is, isn't it? I'm old. It didn't do me any harm, did it? What was the question? Yes, I did. I loved scooping up juices with bread, gravy. Yeah. Now, obviously, vegan stuff. soup. Every day I have a little lentil soup with a bit of bread. That's the best bit. Then you drink the soup. All the bread swells up. I'm not a nutritionist. Claire, would you rather develop A, hiccups that you can't get rid of, no matter what you try? Oh, that's just already stressing me out. B, a wart on your nose that keeps growing and can't be removed. The inability to control yourself from shouting obscenities at anyone who annoys you. Well, I always have that problem. I already have a problem with that. Oh, but I can't. Oh, I've got hiccups now, but I can't control it. I'd have to shout. Like the bloke with it. So on the plane, as soon as I went like that, took his shoe off, go and clean your feet, you filthy. So I'd say it, and there'd be a fight, wouldn't there? Yeah, it can't be that one. Wart on your nose that keeps growing. What do you mean keeps growing? It's just getting like just until a fucking Rudolph. What do you mean? That's shit, isn't it? That's not too bad. Hiccups. It can't be hiccups. It can't be hiccups. And it's got to be the wart. And I just go, it's a wart. Get over it. Oh god, I look like fucking witchy poo. Your nose keeps growing anyway as you get older, so mine will just be pointed or a little bob. It's got to be the. It can't be hiccups because I go mental and I can't sleep. It drives me mental. I can't shout what I'm thinking because all the time I'm thinking I'm angry at people all the time. So I just be shouting. You look like a fucking twat, mate. So no, it can't be that one. It's got to be the wart. Who cares, Joey? Would you rather think of George Clooney and Brad Pitt doing this shit? Never happen. Joey, would you rather have spontaneous, uncontrollable shouting of your own name? So I just walk along shouting Ricky Gervais? Or approach strangers at random and tell them I'm the guy from The Office? Oh, God. Well, the first one happened to me once. I was walking home from my office when I lived in Bloomsbury, and there was a couple of teenagers on bikes. They're like 13, and they stopped as I was crossing the road. They went, "Hey, office man, innit?" I went, "Yeah, hi," and I kept walking. And they went, "What's your name?" And by this time, I'd got across the other side of the road, right? And they went, "What's your name?" And I had to shout, Ricky Gervais. So anyone passing just sees me shouting at two kids on a bike, Ricky Gervais. Why didn't I just go, shut up, mate? I'm not shouting. Fucking... Oh, so that wasn't so bad. I'm the guy from The Office. Oh, for fuck's sake. Joey, you always have the worst question. I just shout Ricky Gervais because then people think, oh, he can't help it. He's got a condition. He shouts his own name, and it'd be like a novelty. I just walk along the street and they go, look, it's Ricky Gervais, and I shout Ricky Gervais. They go, see. I'd have to live in a weird little village where everyone knew me, so it just didn't bother them. Joey. It's that one, just me shouting. Now, I've been asked to do those things. You know, like Ant and Dec have an earpiece, and you have to. They did it with Richard Madeley, where you have to say stupid things. And Ellen even asked me to do one where I had to go in a McDonald's or something and say, "Do you know who I am?" I couldn't do it. I said, I can't do it. I can't do it for that 1 minute. Hidden camera stuff. That 1 minute they think, fuck me, who's this? I haven't got the nerve. I couldn't do it. So that'll be tough. Cheers, Joey, you idiot. Julia, what's the weirdest thing you've heard about in nature? I've just watched A Perfect Planet where male fig wasps start to mate with their unhatched sisters. Oh, well, I'm from the West Country, so that is... To reach them, they use a telescopic that's twice their body length. That is a good fact, isn't it? So, they mate with they're an egg. They're mating with an egg. They're unhatched sisters. So they're injecting through an egg into Now that is weird, isn't it? That is weird. Not to a wasp. It's normal to a wasp. If you told a wasp how we do it, they go, "You do what?" They go, "That's weird. Why do you wait that long?" What's the weird? Oh, I know. This is fascinating. Well, you'll be the judge of that. There's a parasite. I think it's like a parasitic worm that starts its life cycle in a stickleback, a fish, right? But it has to complete its life cycle in a warm-blooded animal. So it has to get into a warm-blooded animal. And so this is what it does. So the stickleback has got this little parasite. And the stickleback usually, if it sees a heron, the shadow, shape of a heron, it flees the shadow. It knows, right? Instinctive, right? This parasite, at a certain point in its life cycle, I don't know how it does it. I assume sort of chemical or biological, a pheromone or something. I don't know how it does it. But it changes the stickleback's behaviour. So when the stickleback sees a heron, it's not scared of the shadow. So it doesn't flee. So the heron eats it and the parasite gets into a warm-blooded animal. That is like magic, isn't it? That is like some sort of weird spell, and it's all explainable. Even though that sounds like the craziest way to do something, it just did it without will, through natural selection. It's fucking. I mean, every fact is remarkable. It's just what we're used to. So you break down how a fucking flower pollinates itself. It's off the charts, mental, but we're used to it. So there's no fact really stranger than any other fact, because it's we're around because it works. If you're around, it's because it works. But that is amazing, isn't it? Because you think of the parasite somehow in the stickleback, don't run away. Stickleback, what? Don't run away. Okay. But no, it's just pure physics and chemistry and biology. That's all everything is, really. Even though it feels magical, it's just energy, just electricity pinging around, doing, and nothing we can do about it. I use my chemistry and biology to answer questions from pets. That's my raison d'etre. Wow, good question. Right, Leopold and Loveday. As you know, we invented the catnap. Yeah, you're welcome. I have one every day. I'm going to miss that when I'm filming. A little nap at 1 o'clock. Oh, maybe I could build it in to the crew. Just make the cast and crew. Right, everyone snooze. 40 minutes. As you know, we invented the catnap. After your nap, are you refreshed or do you just crave more sleep? Sometimes you wake up more tired, you want to carry on. I think there's an optimum. I think if you can fall asleep and wake up in like 25 minutes, that'll be perfect. But then sometimes you get that, like that winter sleep when the fire's on and you get that winter sleep and you go, me, it's an hour and a half. That's like half a day to me. No, I look forward to it. I get up now. I can even get up a little bit earlier thinking I can have a nap in 5 hours. So, yeah, I'm going to miss that. It's great, isn't it, a nap? It's a real privilege, isn't it, to have a little nap. Titch, if GMB asked you to present the news now, would you? I think you'd be a great anchorman. I'd be terrible. I'd be terrible in every way. I'd be terrible in ways that contradicted the other ways I was terrible. Like, too nice or too nasty or too stupid. I couldn't do it. I'd also be bored. I'd start reading the news and go, fuck that, who cares? I think that's most of it as well. I see these things that are in the news all the time, like things that blow up, you know, Couldn't give a. It makes me angry that people care about celebrity shit. Is the worst. I don't care. I don't care who said what about who. I don't care who you're going out with. I don't care who you split up with. I don't care. I don't care what your fucking family think of you or what you think. Just fucking do it. Just shut up. Shut the up. Then that's what I'd be like on GMB Titch. So I think that there's your answer. That's how good I'd be. If they want that, I'm your fucking man. If they want that, I'll do it for a week. People have got real lives. People have got real lives. These people are just, I said it at the Globes, they know nothing about the real world. We're meant to feel sorry for them, you know, where you realise that their life is 10 times better than the average person. They've got nothing to worry about. Whoever it is, you know, and people can have a bad day if you're a millionaire or a billionaire or whatever, but why do a press release about it? Why do people do a press release about the... anyway, you know what I think about that. Go online and talk to cats and dogs. Mum and Sherlock. You wake up alone and realise you're an old woman with a walker. You think it's a nightmare, but it's not. Don't make it worse. Trying to scare me. Like, it really is. I've turned into an old woman with a walker. Right? Classic. There's a note on the table. It says, if you can convince someone that you are you, you'll be yourself again. What do you say to do or sound convincing? Well, so basically it's got to be Jane, because I'd have the biggest well of things that only we knew about, wouldn't I? Because anything that anyone else knows about me, probably everyone knows. They go, oh, you could have read that, that's online. Or, how do I know? I don't know you well enough. Whereas Jane would know what was true, yeah, that'd be tough, wouldn't it? Could I just go, remember that thing we watched last night? And she'd be going, what are you doing in my house? You're an old lady. I'd go, no, listen, I'm not an old lady. Do you remember what I said to you when we were watching that Dutch drama last night? She'd go, what? I go, just think. Oh, that would be horrible, wouldn't it? That would be horrible. Good question, that. That's funny, that. That's a really good question. Yeah. I don't know what I'd say. I think that'd be the best thing, wouldn't it? To choose something that had to be us, like recently, that we remember. But then you think, well, you know, an old lady was spying on us. Where's Ricky? I'm Ricky. Oh, it'd be horrible. Right. Last question. That was a complete load of bollocks, wasn't it? Grumble Stiltskin. Good name. Afternoon, Ricky. Despite your many accomplishments, is there anything you still wish you had achieved? Oh, loads. But I mean, maybe I haven't even thought of them yet. I just sort of go along with what I'm doing and sort of, you know, do new things. And I'd love, I don't know. Well, I'd like to go out on a high with Afterlife. I'd like that to be the most watched British comedy again. I mean, I don't know why I stopped there. I'd like it to be the most watched programme in the world. You know, there's no ceiling to it, you know. I want people to really like it. I can't wait to get back to gigging. I can't wait to finish Supernature and start the next one. So I just want to keep... I want to be able to keep doing exactly what I want, if you know what I mean. That's the aim. Whatever happens, you want to be able to keep doing your passion uncompromised and it working, and that's more important than anything. If to do my own thing, it made, because everything was changed, and it made half the money, or a tenth the money, or 10th the viewers, but it was still exactly what I do. I'd still choose that over just trying to, be big. But once you've done something you're proud of, you want as many people to watch it. So I want to carry on doing this and being, at some level successful. That's always nice that people watch things. That's what success is. That people watch your thing and you got paid for it and you like it. And an animal sanctuary. I still think it sounds like a kid's pipe dream, but I still think that waking up in a castle surrounded by rescue animals with land. I'd wear a cape. I would wear a cape. I'd ride around on a horse if he wanted me to. I'd give him the choice. I go, do you want it? He goes, yeah, come on, hop on. They'd equal rights, me and the animals. And that would be great. And if I got bored, I could always do this. I'd go, hi gang, it's me, I'm Ricky, I'm on a horse. Say hello. Right, see you later. Thank you. Check out All Dogs Matter, new t-shirt. Watch Life on the Road. Hey Siri, play Life on the Road by David Brent. Alexa, play Life on the Road by David Brent. See you later. Tatty bye, everyone. Be nice to animals. Tatty bye.
The other thing is this ridiculous thing of, let's ask the average person what they think. Let's stop asking the average person what they... Do you know how f***ing stupid the average person is? We still sell bottles of bleach with big labels on that say, do not drink, right? Let's take those labels off, right? For 2 years, and then have a referendum.
I like it. I like creating something. I don't know. I like exploring. I like seeing what I can do. I like doing things that I'm interested in. I think that's probably where it starts. Formally, like you like David Bowie, so you want to be a pop star, or you like David Beckham, so you want to be a footballer. Well, that's not creativity, is it? That's it as a job. I think we're all creative. I think we're born with it. I think, if anything, it's sort of beaten out of us. Because I think playing is being creative. I think you have to play. And kids are creative. They come up with stuff. Imaginary friends, building things. My mum told me once, right, when I used to sort of play Cowboys and Indians by myself, loser, also Native American, racist, 5-year-old Ricky, right? I used to play Cowboys and Native Americans down the bottom of the garden. And sometimes I'd work myself up into a frenzy so much that I'd run in, I'd scare myself, and I'd hide from these imaginary... So, yeah, creativity can tip over to being a bit mental at 5 and 6. So I think we always want to try stuff. I think it's part of intelligence, trying stuff out, seeing stuff, and then you do it more formally when you're aware of it. But I think you're right. I think it's playing, and I think a lot of it is seeing someone else's reaction, particularly with comedy. Like, I would say daft things to see what someone else would say back. And I didn't mind their reaction. I didn't mind whether they laughed or got angry or got confused. I'm still a bit like that. So I think I'd do it. It would make me laugh. If I say a joke and someone doesn't get it, that makes me laugh. I just want to see what happens. I just want to see what happens.
What was it? I introduced Snapchat to Grandad.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know what was going on. Because a number of times people say, can I take a selfie? And it's on video. And so what they've now got is 5 seconds of me grinning. like thinking it's a still, which is, and you did that, and I'm looking at it, and it does look like.
Yeah. And what happens now? Oh, I don't know what's going on. I've got a spot. Oh,
Yeah, good edit there. A big spot made its debut last night.
That was your +1.
Yeah, Ricky and his spot. I know. Oh, does that need a seat? How can I still be getting spots at 55? I didn't get spots as a teenager.
It's not, it's all coming out now.
It's stress, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Do you get stressed at things like that, though? The premiere of your film?
What? Going out in front of thousands of people in Leicester Square pretending to be a rock star? Yeah, I get a bit stressed.
What are you like with reading reviews of things and like that? Do you bother? Does it bother you?
I don't worry about it. I don't worry about whether people, like it or not. But I did at first, and the first review I ever read from The Office, so I just came into this game, I thought, I hope it does well. The first review, the headline was Summer Stinker. It was summer, and it said things like, Gervais sometimes fluffs his lines. Like I'd have left that in. And I thought, this is going well. Then someone else comes out with a 5-star review, and then it's you get on with it, and you're on to the next thing. No, it doesn't affect me now. Twitter's made me just realise that nothing matters. It's like most of the things you read on the internet is just like walking around reading every toilet wall in the world. Do you know what I mean? It's virtual.
That's an idea for a BBC Three show.
Yeah, Greg James with every toilet wall in the world.
I can do
it's
that.
not bad, is it?
It's quite good, actually.
Yeah, get that on. It's just so as people say, like the Golden Globes, do you get nervous? Are you worried about what people think? You're worried about the backlash? You're worried about, and I'm not worried about any of those things. I'm not worried about whether people like the joke or not, whether people hate it, whether the press hate it. I'm worried about delivering the jokes correctly.
Yeah.
That's all I worry about. It's like taking a penalty. If you score, it doesn't matter what they think of your run-up or the... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You scored. So as long as I deliver the joke well, I don't care whether people hate it or gasp or get offended or anything. But you want to do a good job, and that's all you care about, the work.
What drives you to keep creating new things? Because
It's fun.
Okay.
It's
So
fun.
it's a fun thing.
I can't not think stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I'm in the position where if I think something and I like the idea of it, I can put that into motion. I can have an idea in the bath. I get ideas in the bath.
We see them.
I call the ideas I get in the bath. And I can call someone and say, I want to do this. This is my next thing. This is my next big thing. And they go, you in the bath? I go, yeah. No. I can't not do it. When I finish a job, I go, I'm exhausted. I'm glad that's over. I get half a day's thinking, and I have an idea. As soon as you relax, you get an idea for your next thing.
Yeah.
I go for a jog and I come up with one joke or an idea. And you never know what it is when it's in your head. It could be a stand-up piece. You could put it in a narrative piece, But it's just fun having ideas and then making them. That's why I do it. Also, the money's mental.
As a new form of the virus is now rapidly spreading across Africa.
I had a bit of a incident last night. So I'm worried about this, right? I'm worried, right? I'm a bit of a worrier anyway. And I'm a hypochondriac. I went to the doctor's once. I had an upset stomach. And she said, what's the matter? I said, upset stomach. She went, right, so have you changed any of your habit? I said, I've started having sort of, smoothies with fibre in. She went, it'll be that then, won't it? I went, right, good. So went to the doctor. I said, is it bowel cancer? She said, no. I went, right. And then she said, when you get a sore throat, do you think that's throat cancer? Right? I think she thought I'd laugh. I went, yes. And she went, okay, you can leave now. That's what I want a doctor. I want a doctor to make me feel because I went along. Do you know what I mean? I want to go along. I don't ever want a doctor to say to me, well, you were right come in because. Whew. So anyway, so last night I went to bed. I went to Jane. Oh, don't feel very well. Right? She went, what's the matter? I said, oh no, I just feel ill, sort of upset stomach. And I went, it's coronavirus. She went, right. I said, oh, I feel hot. So she went and got a thermometer. She got out of bed, right? Got a thermometer, tested me. She went, well, no, if anything, it's low, if anything. It's like, I went, right. I said, I just feel a bit hot. I said, I've got a blocked up nose. She went, well, that's not coronavirus. I went, right. All right, doctor. Right? And I went, oh, I feel sort of out of breath. It was really nervous. You're winding yourself up. Right? And I went, I sort of sore throat. So we've always got a sore throat because you don't drink enough liquid and you're always dehydrated. So I went, all right, anyway, I don't feel. So I took a nighttime Beecham's, right? And went to sleep. That must have mixed with the alcohol because I woke up screaming from a nightmare at about 3 o'clock. Scared Jane to because I thought an earplug was a spider. And so I woke up this morning. She went, how do you feel? I went, yeah, fine. My life often is, I have those incidents now and again. And I always remember a line in Christmas Carol when they go, and Tiny Tim, who did not, and I say that when I get up, I go, who did not? Oh dear. So business as usual, really. I'm not a brave man. I always think the worst. So then, when it's not the worst, I'm happy. I think it was what a lovely day. I didn't. Oh.
The World Health Organization tonight is declaring Mpox, formerly known as a global public health.
Jane laughed at me because I found just a sports one, not a legal one, a sports one. But you know, if people come for the toilet rolls, they don't know it's got a little blunt thing on the end. I think when I woke up screaming, I think I shouted, "Ah, spider!" This is like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Are there any psychiatrists watching? I've never been to a psychiatrist or a therapist. Maybe I should. Maybe I should just film it. Maybe I'd say. I'd worry that I'd say things for a laugh that I couldn't take back. Like I'd say something to wind them up, and then they'd call the authorities and go, "You're a proper psychopath. You've got to put him away before he hurts people." Because I can't resist it. I can't resist. If I knew what would worry a psychiatrist, I'd say it for a laugh. Oh dear. Anyway, cheers. Make the most of it. Keep your pecker up. Well, careless talk. What is it? Cost lives. Walls have ears. Look, careful. There's a Nazi. Turn that light out. Dig for victory. Don't be bothered. See you later.